Evet, herkese selamlar arkadaşlar. Witcher 3 kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz 14. bölümüyle. En son bir tane yarış kazanmıştık ve 4 tane kırık çiçekleri e, konuşmaya çalışmıştık, konuşmuştuk vesaire vesaire. Şimdi
Hmm?
sana ne? Amcayla konuşalım bir.
Who do you favor, my lady?
Amca değilmiş lan, kadınmış.
Can't decide between the black stallion and the grey mare. Keep going back and forth, back and forth. Sorry, don't believe we've been introduced.
I'm Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again.
That's right. Except it's the other way around. I'm always saving him.
Mean to say it weren't Dandelion saved you in Flotsam by severing your noose with an arrow from 100 paces?
What? Dandelion couldn't... Never mind. Any idea where our master archer might be at the moment?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. Ever since I became Lady Latard, it's been nothing but balls, banquets and other such... congregations. Awful tiring, all this. But... or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
Dandan'ın kız kardeşi olmadığının farkındasın değil mi? Dandan'ın son konuşmanın Dandan'ın bir hizmetçi.
I'm under the impression Dandelion thinks you still serve the Lavalettes.
Oh, that's because I never told him I stopped. Didn't want him to treat me any different.
And your husband has nothing against it? Your old friendship?
Course not. Sweetiekins couldn't be happier that Dandelion's raising me sophistication.
Olmadığının farkındasın değil mi?
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him himself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I asked Dandelion when we'd visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
Son konuşmanı hatırlıyor
Any
musun
chance you
peki?
remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait, before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. And I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks. And good luck to you on your search.
Ha, teşekkür ederim. Nerede bir arkadaş var?
Ah, Geralt, there you are. Shall we return together?
Gladly. It's a long way to
gidelim.
Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go.
Bence de hızlı gitmek her zaman iyidir. Umarım rahatsız olmamışsınızdır. Yanlışlıkla yaptım çünkü. Bir tıkırtık yani böyle. Neyse.
And here we are. Thank you for your company.
Likewise. See ya.
Just this morning, my Greta came back from the market with news.
Büyük çiçekler.
Some
Rosa ve Altra ile
mysterious
konuş.
murders happening in some house.
Ah, all right.
Bu kırık çiçekler şey değil değil mi? Ana görev. Ana görev değilse... Ana görev. Güzel. Selamünaleyküm gençler.
What, did you catch him?
What do you want?
Selam verdik boşa çıktı. Bu ne ya?
Want to see Rosa Varatra?
Oh, mate, if you only knew what I want. Miss Rosa don't see just anybody.
I'm Geralt
Daha
of Rivia,
videoya girdim
Witcher.
ben.
Soon as Miss Rosa turns into a striker, I'm sure her papa will send for you. But she's not showing any symptoms yet, so I venture you're not needed. On your way now.
Anahtar gerekiyor derken? Ey Allah.
A good day for
Thanks, bloody bum.
Para versem?
Shot, bloody bum. Thanks, we ain't looking for no
Para versem? La şuradan Assassin's Creed gibi tırmansam mı acaba?
You fancy men like me? Whole town's going on about it. So no point playing hard to get, sugar puss.
It's Lady Varatra to you. And I'd advise you to sod off, sugar puss, before I report this to Papa.
O pus yanlış bir şey olmasın lan. Benim bildiğim başkan mı yoksa?
There's something great. Need to use the eye.
Ya fuck off ya ama. Ay ya. Geber artık. Abi sen eksiksin. Lan. Sokarlar. Ya şu bir dakikama mal oldu. Arkadaş nasıl öldürebiliyorsun ya? Daha doğrusu bir taneyken nasıl 3 tane olabiliyorsun? Oracıkta doğurdu anasını satayım. Hadi la hadi la hadi la. Ya o kadar gittim arka tarafa bilmem ne bir şeyler yaptım. Önden mi başlattın yani? Bravo. Şaka mı bu? Yani o ne lan? Aha. Baya bir şey buldum. Şama mema.
Interesting.
Ya ben buradan girerim girmesine de. Kanalizasyon olayına
An illusion.
çıkacak mı yine? Çık. Lan! Duvarın içine girdi manyak. Baksana! Aaa! Oynatarsana! 6 yıllık oyun. Ya Cyberpunk'taki o aptal hataları... Yani neyse. Gerçi oynatası değilmiş lan, duvar varmış. Burada da ondan. Hıh. Gizli bir yer varmış yani. Herhalde ondandır. Umarım ondandır yani, hata değildir o. Bunlar niye benimle aynı seviye? Daha düşük olsun, daha düşük olsun ya. Böyle bir ayar vardı galiba ya. Ha bunda değildi ama ya. O zıplayana. Burası başka bir yere mi gidiyor lan? Villaya çıkmıyor mu burası? Dur aşağı nereye gidiyorum şuna bakalım. Azıcık meditasyon. Deminden şimdiye geldim. Aa yağmur yani.
That hurts.
Ya.
Didn't look like rain.
Şuna aldık ya. Burası niye karanlık? Burası niye birden aydınlanıyor? Neyse en azından canavar falan öldürdük. Gizli oda falan bulduk. Bu da bir şey. Keşke ben yine aşçıyım falan deseydim. Ki yani böyle aşçı mı olur falan. Bilgi olanların hoşuna bütün şey koruyoruz. O yüzden zor evlerine oynamanın anlamı yok şey
It's
görsünler.
Lady Varatra to you. And I'd advise you to sod off, sugar puss, before I report this to Pop.
Şehri koruduğu için kadına
Who are you?
çoğu hakkı var.
Why are you here? Answer this instant or I'll summon the guards.
Sorry to sneak in, miss. I'm Geralt, a friend of the bard Dandelion.
Geralt of Rivia? The famed witcher of the ballads?
What are you doing here, vagrant? How'd you get in? Well, I let no one in the front, my lady. I swear it on the great sun.
Not a word. I'll handle this. Hold your tongue, sir. This is Frederick Francis de Bergerac, my new swordplay instructor, correct? Show him to the training room. I shall join him shortly.
But my lady's a witcher. Said so himself back by the gates.
Captain, do you truly believe Rosa Varatra would train with random clods calling themselves swordmasters? No. The Varatras demand the very best. Thus, we've hired a witcher. Take him to the training room, now.
As you say, miss.
Tabii lan nasıl isterse.
Won't you realise what you've gotten yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rose has got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword. Grab a wooden one, and take care not to hurt the little miss. And the ambassador follow me.
Kapıyı nasıl açtın lan? Vay arkadaş.
You're my new instructor. Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
Tabii ki. Ben bir Witcher'ım, sen bir Kars'ın.
You're quick.
Pathetic.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
Lan kadından dayak yedik. Dur bir.
Stop flaunting and fight.
Lan dur. Şu aptal ışığı kapatayım dur. Elimde kaldı böyle ya gibi.
Well fought. You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
Am I imagining things? Didn't we just have this conversation in the garden?
The garden? Yes. In the garden. So, what was it you said? Why are you here?
Before I ask, gotta admit, you do pretty well with a sword. One pointer. Don't expose your left flank when you dodge.
Oh, I know. Terrible habit. Can't seem to get rid of it. I'd hoped to find someone in Novigrad who could help me to do so. But don't you dare try to dazzle me with advice. Already admitted you're not here to give me lessons.
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor?
Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship?
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter. Stand and fight. I demand a rematch.
Ratted! You're quick!
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one? Stop flaunting and fight!
Hadi vur, hadi vur, hadi vur, hadi vur, hadi vur. Sıkıyorsa vur. Bana silah hakkında yerini söylemez sizinin.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
İki kılıcı takmış lan bunlar. Kadın öldü.
Let's end this.
Damn it!
Öldü lan.
If you're not an instructor, you should certainly be one. Fancy giving me a few private lessons?
Can't rightly refuse a
Tabii
request
ki.
from a lady.
What are you two lovebirds whispering about?
You asked about my relationship with Dandelion?
Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind.
Edna var Atra, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Hang on. So it was you in the garden?
Of course it was me. Why, did Rosa try to play you for a fool?
Don't be mad. We've done this since we were children. People have always mistaken us for one another.
Can someone please explain what this is all about? Which of you met with Dandelion?
No need to get angry, instructor. I'll explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step.
You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth two sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion.
Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Bet sophisticated young ladies like you know a bunch about politics.
We've picked up a few things. What would you like to know?
Emperor continuing to push north. Courtiers must be ecstatic.
His confidants must be. But Papa says that's not likely to last much longer.
Why not?
Papa says the war's disrupting trade, and people are tired of financing the Emperor's adventures.
Mantıklı.
Wonder how the war's going. Any outcome looming?
Papa says much depends on Radovid, and on who captures Novigrad first.
What's Novigrad got to do with it? Free city. Never taken sides. Always stayed out of conflicts.
Oh, even children know Novigrad's home to the world's largest fleet. And they say the city's treasury's bursting with enough to equip 2 armies.
Changing subjects.
Okey. Başka bir şey soralım. O zaman döndüğün tuhaf
Dandelion
bir
acting
davranış
different
yaptı mı?
lately? Notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. It's no use, Geralt. She's so enamored she'd hardly notice if he turned into a werewolf. Edna, what? You needn't pretend he followed convention. Remember when he took us to the cemetery?
Rhetoric lessons in a cemetery. Unusual even for Dandelion.
We set out to visit the graves of celebrated Oxenford professors. He ended up quizzing us about Margrave Henkel.
Who?
Eccentric old coot. Died recently. He'd apparently been an important and generous patron of the arts as a young man.
Tamam.
Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or Trebaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense. He referred to her as Calonetta a few times. Bizarre names are common in
Şimdi de
Kaviri.
şeyin
Gotta
peşindeyiz
ask Zoltan
arkadaş.
about this Calonetta. Been a
Hadi
pleasure,
eyvallah.
but I've got stuff to take care of.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again.
Tamam, merak etme.
Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
Tabii ki. Nerede ve ne zaman isterseniz hanımefendi.
Wonder where you learned it. Name the time and place.
House here, tomorrow. Same time as today.
See you then.
See you, Master Witcher.
Merak etme. Pantolonu değiştirdim, o tip ne ya? Şu zırhlardan almam lazım benim. Oba. Şu aptal şeyi nasıl kapatacağım ya? Heh.
K-Swex. K-Swex. K-Swex.
İşler mükemmel ya. Eskirim dersleri. Aga, o yan görev değil mi? Gelirim bir ara. Merak etme.
What? What?
Ne vat lan? Sana vat.
Simpleton.
Dayı çekil şuradan ha. Şeye benziyor ya. Malikane nedense Resident Evil 7'deki şeye benzetti. Buradan yağmalayabiliyor muyum? Oyuncak bebek falan çıktı, satarız. Yeter ki yağmalayalım. Burada bir bok yok. Yeter ki kimse alırken görmesin. Güzelmiş. Ne oldu lan? Ha? Almıyordun lan beni. Ha? Şerefsiz seni. Zıplamayı şimdi yapamaz mıyım? Peki. Zoltan'a danış.
You're the fucking dinklage!
Interesting.
Kaç kilometre? Ne ilginç lan?
Bad
Muhafızları sinirlendirdim. Ne yaptım lan? Bir şey yapmadım ki.
Give us a clout. Damn this.
Ulan Roach.
How are you keeping, Bobby? Miss your Zoltan, you old bird? What's this? Haven't even...
Heh, geldim yine bu tipsizin
Ah,
yanına.
you're back! You met
Afyon'la?
She want to start talking any day now.
Zoltan, venture to say a mage would have trouble turning that owl into a parrot.
Sure you know me that well? Mark my words, she'll be playing Gwent with us in no time. But we were to talk about Dandelion. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
Bir şeyler öğrendin mi? Denir.
Women
Öyle
on my
çevrilir.
list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly like, this lass?
Blonde, from Kovir. A Troberitz, apparently, named Kalanetta or something like that.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye. Must be her.
Ve salada kim?
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberitz, like you said. Quite popular of late. Picture Dandelion with a pair of tits and you've got the general idea.
Interesting image. So how'd Dandelion handle meeting his female double?
I think he fell in love.
İşte büyük bir haber. Galiba ona aşık oldu.
What can I say? Could be he finally met his match.
She's his match, all right. Maybe more. The laddie's head's on fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Priscilla works for the Mummers troupe. Reynard and the Foxen. Whenever they're in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Hayda.
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening of poetry?
Must you always? This'll be true poetry, Geralt. You'll see.
Aa, manyak baykuşa şey yapmış.
Zoltan?
Geralt!
Saw burning pyres when I arrived in Novigrad.
Yes, Felicia Corey, a sorceress at Doppler. 'Twas Kate
Met that
Onu
Doppler.
zaten
well.
Novigrad doesn't seem like a safe place anymore. What's keeping you here?
I was keen on starting my own enter. Rather.
ya geç tamam. Şey.
Nice talking to you, Zoltan. See you later.
Evet arkadaşlar. Bu bölüm böyle olsun. Bu bölüm sadece o dövüş eğitimi vermiş olalım. Kısa olsun yani. Bence yeterli. Hadi la. Telefonu şarjdan çıkaramadık. Bence bu bölümlük yeterli. Çünkü devam edersem daha uzayacak. Neyse. İzlediğiniz için teşekkürler. Bir sonraki bölümde kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Beğendiyseniz lütfen beğenmeyi unutmayın. Hoşçakalın.